Hey everybody, just me again, Wayne. Do W.A.S.P use backing tracks? Hey, by the way, thanks for clicking on this video. You've got thousands to choose from, and I really appreciate your making this choice. Now, whether W.A.S.P uses backing tracks, especially, maybe specifically for Blackie's vocals, is a question that has been running around the internet, especially YouTube, for quite some time. And lots of people are saying, yes, they absolutely do. Blackie's not really singing. Other people say, well, no, I actually went to the show and I watched and listened pretty closely, and Blackie was certainly singing. I'm in the latter category, by the way, although there are moments when I look back at some of the video that I recorded from the show I went to in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I go, Oh, hey, shout out to Johnny Z, the CD guy, by the way, for making a very thoughtful video about W.A.S.P's current tour and talking about this issue. Anyway, over on the channel of Sinkin' Stanley, and I'll put a link to that in this video description, there is a video that someone asked at a meet and greet in which they specifically ask Blackie, do you use backing tracks? Now, first, asking the question is fairly ballsy, I think, to just look right at somebody and say, hey, are you ripping us off, in short? But here's what I think is the really interesting and cool thing. Blackie said, yeah, we are. Here's the thing, though. Blackie then goes on to elaborate and says, essentially, yes, I am actually singing the songs, and yes, there are places where we also use backing tracks to make it sound more full, just to make it sound better. And then he goes on to elaborate on this, and it's an interesting answer, and it strikes me as an honest answer, and it really jibes with the footage that I took and the experience that I had watching and listening at the concert, and videos that I've seen that other people have taken. There are certainly times when you can absolutely tell that Blackie is singing in the moment, and there are other times when it seems like he's singing, but now and again you'll hear something and go, hey, that was a nuance that sure sounded like on the record. Yeah, I'm old, I still say record. But there's a difference, right, between backing tracks and replacement tracks. A replacement track is when the person is just not actually doing it. All the vocal or all the guitar or whatever is recorded and played back. You almost certainly don't remember this, but the most infamous example of this, two of them actually, was Milli Vanilli. Yeah, you're like, who the fuck is that? Look them up. A band that had a couple of really big pop hits in the late 80s. Were doing a concert and they apparently were using an LP, vinyl, or their CD got a thumbprint on it or something, because in the middle of a song it started skipping. And it was obvious that everything they were, quote, singing, end quote, they weren't singing. They were lip syncing the entire damn thing. And their career just disappeared right away. And there was somebody else, I don't know who it was, I don't know. It's someone who did a performance on Saturday Night Live in the early 2000s in which something went wrong and it became super obvious that she was not singing. And that was super awkward. And whoever it was, their music career just abruptly disappeared as well. So is W.A.S.P using backing tracks? Yeah. Are they using replacement tracks? I don't think they are, based upon what I've seen and what I have heard. And yeah, so there is that. And another question. If a band is using backing tracks, do you care? I don't. Some people do. Honestly, I don't give a damn if someone's using backing tracks, especially if they're using them just to beef up the sound, which is what Blackie says W.A.S.P is doing. I don't care. I went and saw Kiss on one of the first-ish dates of their farewell tour. And, you know, Kiss gets all kinds of shit on YouTube for using backing tracks. Paul Stanley's just lip-syncing and on and on. And maybe he does sometimes, but, you know, if I were lip-syncing, I don't think that what I would do is project my face, you know, enormously on the vid screen above the stage, which is what Paul Stanley, you know, Kiss did a lot of the time. And, you know, when Stanley would hit a flat note, you'd hear it and you'd see it. So, maybe kids lip sync sometimes, sure, but a lot of the time they don't. And honestly, that did not affect my enjoyment of the concert even a little bit. And whether or not Blackie was using backing tracks when I saw W.A.S.P. affects my enjoyment, affects my memories of the concert, not even a little bit. And frankly, watching the little video where he says, yeah, we use backing tracks, kind of makes me enjoy the concert even more in retrospect because the guy is being transparent about it. Now, maybe you don't believe him. Maybe you're like, no, he just lip syncs. You can tell, it's so obvious, as lots of people say. And you're entitled to that opinion. That's cool. I'd like to go ahead and believe what it is that he said, as I say, because that jibes with what I saw and what I heard. But hey, feel free to have a different opinion. So I just thought that was a pretty cool thing. Wanted to share that with you guys. Hey, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Was Blackie being honest when he said, yeah, we use backing tracks, to beef up the sound, to make it sound more full? Or do you think he was lying and he just uses replacement tracks for his vocals? And, either way, do you care? Does it affect your enjoyment of a show if you go to it and either in advance or you figure out later that some backing tracks were being used? And do you differentiate between backing tracks and replacement tracks? Let me know. I'm just curious. All right. Thank you all very much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. Get your mom to subscribe. Anybody. It's all good. You guys are awesome. I'll talk to you soon.